Wow, really in the polar vortex now, huh? I decided to do a little tea and me because I want to get into meditation. And so what am I doing? I'm doing for entertainment purposes only. I'm doing candy cane green tea, which is really good. I got it from Trader Joe's. And I don't know, this is kind of good too. It's called a gas relief tea. You don't have to have gas to drink it. It just is a nice flavor that blends in with this tea, the green tea, the peppermint. And then I have some cookies from Holland. So I actually devoured a few of them. So that's what I'm doing for tea and me. So I boiled up the tea in another pot on the stove that whistles, and then I put it in a little teacup. So that's how I'm spending my afternoon right now after running around and being outside in the polar vortex, right? I had a coat on and I had a hat on. I went out because I had to feed my birds. And then I had this hat from my mom because I really wanted to keep my head warm because most of the heat goes out of the top of your head. So I added this. I thought because I don't have a hood on my coat. A lot of these people have hoods and where are they? The hoods are on the back of the coat. Doesn't make any sense at all. So yeah, so I put this on. I feel like Little House on the Prairie, right? And then I had a coat on over this. So the upper part of my body was perfectly fine. But then the extremities, right? So I tried this glove. Didn't work. Didn't work at all. Maybe 2 minutes. That was it. Then I tried this glove. Didn't work either. Maybe a little bit warmer. So then today I said, well, I'm going to try again. So, these are supposed to be like pretty durable skiing gloves, right? So I put these on. And you know what? I could get 7 minutes. That's about it. 7 minutes outside with these gloves on. That's how cold it is. And then my fingertips started to freeze. It was so painful. I came back in and I right away put my hands in warm water. So guys, if you don't have to go outside, and please don't take little kids out there without anything on their heads or hands. Oh my God. I can't even imagine taking a baby out in this. I mean, I can barely handle it myself. So, and I'm in Chicago, so the polar vortex is well and strong over here. I mean, I like to go out and feed my birds, though. I don't like to have them be without food, so. Because it's such a struggle. It's such a struggle at this time. I threw out some lettuce and grapes because I feel, at least with the lettuce and the grapes, right, I can give them some liquid and some sugar. They need that. At this time of year, we need a little bit of extra salt and fat, like good quality fat, right? I mean, even if you eat ribs, sometimes that's a good quality fat. Listen to your intuition. Talk to your doctor, listen to your intuition. But yeah, I found myself, I went to Jewel's in Chicago and I got myself, they have these nice little pieces of perfect size for one person. Probably two people could split it too. But I found it was perfect for me, and it was $6 for a piece of wild salmon. Nice sized piece. So I had that, and then I indulged and had some French fries with it. Because I'm trying to clean out my freezer, so I'm using up all the food in my freezer. So yeah, we're going to talk about the ruby kyanite, Fuchsite. Pretty dramatic name, right? Here it is. Let me show it to you. I got with this one. It's oval, right? Because it feels so good in my hand. Some people say you should hold your crystals in your left hand, and that the energy comes in, and the sending hand is the energy coming out of the right hand. That's why a lot of times you see even saints or Buddhas, with one hand down and one hand up. So I really believe that they're sending energy with the right hand. But I think everybody has to experience it for themselves, just like meditation, right? All right, so let's talk about this little beautiful. You can see the flecks of red in it, right? Ruby kyanite. It's very charged, and I'll tell you what part of the body that we're going to be working with, and it seems like we always work with it when we go into meditation. And I bet if you guys have been meditating with me for a while, I bet you know what part that is. And that's your root chakra, right? Because everybody's letting go of baggage right now. You know, if you find, okay, this is what I was going to talk about today too. Now I remember. If you feel a track running around in your head, like a train that's repeating itself, with something from the past, you need to focus on that. Don't just push it aside. Focus on it, pray for it, and let it go. Because I find that a lot of people right now, when they're talking, they're bringing up things from the past. So, and that's okay, because this is the time for taking out the garbage. This is the time for cleaning out the stuff in your aura you don't need, so you can become bright and shiny. And my friend Charlotte and I today, we were talking about, I know I'm diverging right now. I will come back to the ruby kyanite in a minute. We were talking about different crystals and their purposes, right? So then we came upon, I don't know if I would have to probably project it to you, right? Yeah, that's agatite, agatite, yeah. Wait, let me try something here. So this is what I found on the computer. I don't know if you can see that or not. So somebody has to let me know if that worked. Okay. Oh, maybe this is what I should do. This is it, right? Now you can see it. Yeah, so we talked about this crystal. We had a discussion about it. It's funny how crystals just appear. They appear to talk to you, so always listen when a crystal appears, or somebody gives you a crystal or talks about a crystal. I think that's really synergistic. But we're talking about agatite, how we think it might be aligned to all the different chakras in the aura. So if anybody knows that, you could share it, because, you have the green chakra for the heart, and there's green agatite, and then there's orange for the digestive system. So I don't know. We were just kind of reflecting on that. So you have to do your own research. So let me read this one, okay? So get your favorite crystal. Maybe get something to drink. I'm going to have a sip of tea. We're going to do some Reiki and do some meditation. And then later on, I really want to. I don't know if you follow crime stories. I think I'm going to sign up with this one astrologer and start studying criminal astrology. It really fascinates me. It's so amazing. It so connects visually. It so connects visually. I'm really thinking of signing up with Val Evans. She's on YouTube, and signing up for her class. She's only got a few openings left. So yeah, it's a good day for a cup of hot tea. Some cookies. I ate too many of them now. I gotta stop. I'll show you what they look like. Yeah, so go ahead, and then I'll read this thing on ruby fuchsite. So now I can open the box without being tempted, because I'm not going to tell you how many I ate. But I ordered them from the Vermont Trading Company. I think it's sort of called Vermont Company. Aren't they cute? They're shaped like little windmills. The only thing is, when I was growing up, I used to eat these, but I thought they were better. I mean, these are okay, but the ones that I grew up with, everything changes, right? The ones I grew up with, isn't that pretty? I like to be near the ocean right now. Had little almonds on them. They were very tasty. And then I was thinking, before I did this post, I was thinking, you know what, I really have to try to, I want to make my own bread. So I'm going to do that. I'll let you know if it comes out. And then I want to eventually, because I'm following the crime story of the Idaho 4, he hasn't gone to trial yet. I think a lot of things are going to be very surprising at the trial. There's a lot of controversy about that case. I don't know if you've been following it. But I'm going to put out my vision board that I got from 1111, and I can't do it right now because I have to clean my table off. So I'm going to do that after I take a break. And after I do Reiki and meditation with you, I'm going to clean off some papers for school, and I'm going to set up my vision board. And I also bought the crime cards. So I'm going to kind of do a layout using the crime cards that I got from 1111, and she doesn't send them out anymore. So I was lucky I got them when I did. But now I lost my flash drive, and I know I saved them on my flash drive. So pray that I find my flash drive. I know it's very superficial, but I have a lot of data on it. All right, so let's do a Reiki clearing, and I'll read you about the ruby kyanite fuchsite, and we'll do meditation. Let's see what we find in the Reiki healing. Breathe in and breathe out through your mouth. Oh, good. We're letting things out of the lower body. Okay, so lower chakras. Remember I said we were feeling it in our legs and our knees? So, you can massage your knees on the left knee in a counterclockwise flow, and then on the right knees in a clockwise flow. Okay, I'm going to repeat that again, and I want you to visualize something here before we start. I'm doing a Reiki clearing right now. It's a little bit different today. Okay, so your left hand is on your left knee, your right hand is on your right knee. Your left hand is rotating to the left, like the northern hemisphere. The polar vortex in the northern hemisphere rotates to the left. The energy in the southern vortex of nice, hot, sunny water. Well, no, I guess it would be in the middle, right? I don't know. Maybe it's two vortexes. Now I got to check that out. There's two vortexes. We usually have one in the north and one in the south, right? But the one in the south would be cold too, because that would be in Antarctica. But anyway, just go to your right on the right knee, right, and go to the left on your left knee. All right, and now we're going to stop, and we're going to keep our hands on our knees, and I'm going to breathe in and out, and then we're going to do some ruby kyanite healing on your knees. So you guys are going to keep your hands on your knees while I do the ruby kyanite, okay? All right. The igniter, earth, storm, and wind, activates all chakras. If you're feeling worn down by these exhausting times of mayhem and destruction, and then the heights of beautiful enthusiasm and love, you're going up and down. Ruby ignites the Kundalini in the first chakra, stimulating your life force energy. So we want to get our life force energy stimulated, not destroyed. Aligning, balancing, and opening. Let's do that. Align, balance, and open. So that's what we're going to be feeling in all of our chakras. Kyanite creates the bridge, channeling the life force to your third eye and crown chakra, pituitary, pineal gland, amygdala, crown chakra. Fuchsite completes the connection by linking your spiritual energies to the material world. Your vortex is activated, and that's why we spin when we meditate, right? I don't know if we'll always be spinning, but right now that's what's going on in the earth plane. You want to be connected with the earth plane because when you're fully present, that's when you're fully manifesting, and you don't have to worry about fear. So you don't want to say, oh, I want to be, all these. Yeah, I'm not even going to the mayhem, but there's a lot of mayhem out there, right? All right, so let's breathe in, and you can cross your knees. I mean your ankles, or keep your feet planted flat on the floor because we might start to spiral, which we usually do. If you've done a meditation with me, we usually spiral. Okay. All right, so I'm going to hold this so that we activate our lowest chakra. And if you have a sweet little salt crystal, if you have a sweet little salt crystal or rose quartz, isn't that pretty? It's a pretty baby color, huh? Sweet color. So yeah, the crystals just talk to us. They're so pretty, right? So pretty. All right, so I'm going to hold on to this and we're going to go into our meditation right now. Okay. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. We'll see what we're activating. So, if you feel yourself spin softly to your right, just allow your body to spin softly to your right. I feel a lot of the spinning coming from the heart chakra, which is really nice. Really coming from the heart chakra. So I think a lot of people's energies are connecting with their heart chakras right now. Look for the miracles in your life. My son says, oh, you got your car parked in the garage. It's a miracle. Yeah, it's a miracle because God sent me two angel women, Esmeralda and Celeste, to help me get my garage together after a mouse infested it. I think I told you guys about that. We always need a motivator. All right, let's get serious here. Let's get into this. Get into your chi here. Come on. If you want the energy to cycle into your body, you can keep your pointer finger and your thumb closed. If you want it to allow it to channel out into the world, then I usually open up my palm. To start with, I like to send a chi into my body first, and then I'll be releasing it. Okay, let's go. Building up the charge. All right, so now I'm going to open up my palm, so you should feel it now down in your lowest chakra, the one that's shaped like an arrowhead, right? Where's my beautiful arrowhead? So you want it to go into your chakra, lowest chakra. Align and balance. Make sure your back is as straight as possible because the spin is going to get a little faster. And we're just going to vibrate up and back a little bit. Just allow your hips to vibrate up and back with your shoulders. Remember, we're balancing. We're balancing your shoulders with your hips. Come into rest. Come back into center. You can keep your eyes open or closed when we do this. It doesn't really matter. You could do this meditation anytime you want. Let me see if there's any messages. I did have a prediction, but let me see if there's any messages I need to bring through. I did have a January prediction for the new year. It arose and then I kind of like let it go. So let me just sit here with this. So I will see you later. Later on when I do the 11-11 spread, I have to get that together. Um, and then we have to talk a little bit about that whole migraine crisis. And, it should, okay, I think I want to talk about it a little bit before we leave. So I'm not going to do any more Reiki or clearing or healing right now or meditation. So if you want to leave, you can leave right now. But I just want to say something really quick about the migraine crisis, right? It's a people crisis. Why are we just labeling it a migrant crisis, right? It's a people crisis. There's people in America who aren't migrants who have no homes, right? We have people doing drugs openly on the street and falling over and shitting everywhere. It's a people crisis. So I would suggest opening up some mental institutions. Let's open up, I don't like to call them mental institutions. Let's maybe call them mentally challenged people institutions, something like that. I don't know. There'll be a name for it. But we need to have shelter for everyone. So, and we need to modify how many people are coming into our country. Because you can't just do this. You can't just pick up and walk into any country. You try to walk into Mexico, even if you want to move to Mexico. You have to show how much money you have in your savings account, your bank account, whatever you have. You know, just look at how hard it is to move to some of these other countries. It's not easy. But I do believe we have to become conscious and we have to also be discerning. So if we reached our maximum potential, then that's it. Then you just stop and say, I'm sorry, you have to go back. That's it. You know, because people in their own countries, they have to start standing up and changing their own countries. You can't just run away from your problems. Come on. That's like saying there's no leadership in your countries. There's always a leader. But you're going to see, okay, that's one of my predictions, right? You're going to see a lot of leaders fall down or change this year. A lot of them. A lot of them. I think of all those 45 volcanoes going off, you're going to have a lot of leaders change. It's going to be very intense because we have some aspects with Pluto and Uranus coming in. And those two heavy hitters come in, major change. You might even be changing where you're living. I know so many of my friends are all changing. They're changing where they're living. I know 3 friends of mine are even my relatives. Or people might have a change in health or a change in work. So just look at all these changes that we're dealing with, right? And remember to go into meditation and pray about them. Don't be afraid of them. Just ask for guidance. Ask for guidance. So let me see. I think that is all that I wanted to share. Let me ask one question here because I don't have my vision board out and I'm just curious. I know because a lot of people that were interested in the Idaho 4, those beautiful children. You know, I don't care what they did, right? But they shouldn't have been slaughtered. No one deserves to be slaughtered with a machete and a knife. I don't believe it was just a K-bar. I believe there was a machete. And a lot of these frats and sorority girls and boys are posing with K-bars and machetes. What is that all about? Is that something to be proud of? Yeah, there's other people involved in this crime. At least 4 more, 5 more. There's a lot more. Wait, hold on. Yes, DRU blank 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 is involved. Money's involved. So there's a lot of issues with this case. I mean, it's an amazing case to follow. This is probably the longest crime case I've ever followed, and I really hope it's solved because those souls on the other side need justice. And I think you're going to see a lot more people being caught right now because people can read other people's auras. Things are becoming very telepathic. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Things are becoming very telepathic and teleaudio. So well, of course, you want to get this checked out first by your doctor, but a lot of people might be getting ringing in the ears, and I talked about that in meditation before. So a lot of times I will get messages on the left side, and that's supposed to be your receiving side, but I'm not saying it's true for everyone. And then I've been trying to listen more to the right side because I don't know. I just think I want to practice listening more to the right side and see what that happens. But yeah, if you hear a ringing in your ears when you're in meditation, that could mean you're in a very deep state of meditation. We're moving to the fifth dimension and the spiral of energy is intensifying. But you want to be checked out by your doctor first. And you don't want to have any other symptoms with it, like falling over, or vision problems, or dizziness. So yeah, ringing in the ears can be a sign of a very deep state of meditation and also could be a state of something wrong with your body. So then you have to go to a doctor and have that checked out, right? So we're in a cold spell right now. So, spend time playing board games with your kids, I bought some board games for school. I bought Money Bags and I bought the Game of Consequences, which they loved. I've already had some kids play it. And then I also bought some other games. See, because kids need to interact. They can't just be on the cell phone all day or on the computer all day. But one of my biggest gripes is, parents will buy them a $500 Game Boy, but they won't buy them a computer where they can practice interactively in math and in language arts and science and social studies. That's one thing I don't understand. Put your money in the education first, right? So I think people have to reflect on that. So listen, guys, I showed you what I did to stay warm today. I I dread going back out there, but I am going to have to go back out there because I have to shovel. I have to shovel in front of my mailbox, and I have to shovel in front of my bird feeder. So, and I have to get my mail out of my mailbox. I haven't even opened it in days. But I'm going to wait till a little later so I can connect with my mailman because I want to give him some mail to pick up so I don't have to bother to go to the mailbox. Bye. And remember, create your own little tea time, right? And guys, I'll see you soon, okay? Okay, cheerio.